Hello everybody, welcome to Inspiration 44. I am Stacy Harp. Today is November 7th. I thought that I would jump in here. I know it's the evening, it's been quite the day since last night was our election, and we all know how that turned out, don't we? Well, anyway, I'm not even going to talk about that. If you want to hear about that, just go tune into my daily radio show over at blogtalkradio.com/AC Media. Right now, though, I want to ask this question of you. Are you really living integrity? And what I mean by that is, do your words match what your actions are? Here's an example. I have a friend who recently posted this on their Facebook page, and this is what it says. It says, "To those I may have wronged, I ask forgiveness. To those I may have helped, I wish I did more. To those I neglected to help, I ask for understanding. To those who helped me, I sincerely thank you so much." And, and I read that, and I had to laugh. Totally had to laugh. The reason why is because I happen to know this person says one thing and they do another. And yet they posted this on their Facebook page. Like, for example, to those I may have wronged, I ask forgiveness. Really? If that's the case, why not go to that person directly? Right? That person has never done this. To those I may have helped, I wish I did more. Really? You've had opportunity to help, but you didn't. So I don't think that that's necessarily true. To those I neglected to help, I ask for understanding. Why? The Bible's very clear. If you have it in your power to help somebody and you don't, it's a sin. To those who help me, I sincerely thank you so much. Or do you thank you so much? Or is it more of, you know what, thank you for helping me, I'll continue to use you over and over again? So I bring that up because it's interesting to me that as a Christian, we are all very touchy when it comes to certain things, right? Aren't we? And yet, I can tell you I have been accused of things that weren't true by other believers. And even when I've tried to set the record straight, it's like it goes in one ear and out the other. And there's no genuine understanding that is pursued, despite the fact that you try to do everything right. And that really bothers people who are not people of integrity. I know people also who run companies who write reviews of their own companies on services like Yelp, yet that's against the rules, and yet they still do it. Is that being a person of integrity? No, of course not. I know one pastor in particular who happened to do the same thing about his church. Oh, this is a great church, but failed to disclose he's actually the pastor of the church in the review that they wrote about the church. Is that really being a person of integrity? No, it's not. It's being deceptive. So it's a hard question, because it's really easy to type platitudes and to say platitudes. It's really easy to be a quote king or a quote queen and quote things. It's amazing to me when you read Twitter, just as an example, how people quote. And it's like as if they spoke that way in real life. And especially if you know the person, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you would even write that. But if you're somebody like me, who is pretty much what you see is what you get, man, people have a hard time with that. Why? Because you say it how it is. And I'd be the first to admit I'm not perfect, but I would also be the first to admit that I am easily misunderstood by people who are not people of integrity. Because what happens is, if you're a person who is a liar, I guess that's a meaner way of putting it, and you're duplicitous and a hypocrite, then you have a problem with somebody who is really who they are, because they are nothing like you. And yet they purport to be. So it's really a lesson you can extrapolate out quite a bit if you think about it. So are you somebody who, you practice what you preach? Or are you somebody that says to somebody, hey, you know what? I love you. I love you. Everywhere you go, you're telling people you love them left and right. But the question is, do you really? Because where are you when that person really needs you, or if they've offended you, are you still there? You know, that's how you know who your real friends are, and not just people who want to use you or get something from you. You find out when you do something that they don't like. Even if you're trying to help them out, they hate that too. It's like, oh my gosh, you try to help them out, and then you're the enemy because you've tried to help them in an honest way instead of playing their stupid games of being duplicitous and a hypocrite. So, I tell you what, it's not easy being a person of integrity. It's not. Jesus was, and he always spoke the truth. He never lies. And people didn't like him so much for that they crucified him. So just a few thoughts on this day after Election Day, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to leave them right there, wherever it is you're listening to this, and I will be more than happy to read them, and thank you for that. Also, you can follow me at Twitter at the number 44 inspiration, at the number 44 inspiration, and I look forward to talking to you on Twitter. That's where I kind of interact most of the days, and I'll see you then. Okay, have a good day. Bye.